So right at the beginning of the game, this is the very first encampment called Clearfell, right? And now when I look at my map that I brought up on the screen here, if you look at the very bottom left, that orange dot, that's the Clearfell encampment. Where I'm standing right now with the dot is in between the mud burrow and the waypoint. If you look at the top right, we're going to head into the Grellwood area. So just give me a moment. You come to here, tap on Grellwood. Now from here, I don't have the whole map uncovered, and as far as I know, the maps are not dynamic, they're static. So unfortunately, that was a lie. And as you can see here, it is in fact dynamic. If we look from the place that we need to go to with the hooded one, with the 3 runes that are here, look at the top left, that's now Clearfell. Whereas in my original recording, as you could see, the Red Veil was there. But now if we look at the top right of the map, that is where Red Veil is now, and the Grim Tangle is all the way at the bottom. So keep that in mind. However, when you do waypoint, it doesn't matter if the map changes. When you're bouncing around and you go back to Grellwood to turn in the quest at some point, it will bring you right next to this tree, okay? The tree will always be next to the waypoint regardless of where the actual waypoint is. I want to take my time. I don't want to rush. I find a lot of people that have guides, they really, really rush. I would rather kind of slowly but surely take it easy here. Now we're here. Better make sure you grab the waypoint. There's the hooded one. Okay, that's the one that you want to save there. So the quest right here is to summon Una, who's from the main town. Then you'll go ahead and talk to her. What you're going to want to do next from that waypoint that we unlocked, and we're going to go into an area called the Red Veil. Right out of the gate into the Red Veil, make sure that you grab your waypoint that's right here. So we're looking for 3 runes. You'll come across a checkpoint here. Now there's going to be 3 of these that you need to deal with here. My goodness. Then you got to defeat the monsters. Once you defeat the monsters, you will be able to pick up a runed girdle. Rinse and repeat the same thing with this obelisk of rust. This is now our second one. Again, once you defeat the big group, collect your second runed guard and the third obelisk of rust. Go ahead and clear that out. Oh, I made a mistake. It's actually the Rust King. So you'll want to go ahead and kick his candy ass all over the battleground. And when you whoop his ass, you're going to pick up the runed... Or sorry, you're just going to loot all the stuff. Now it's going to tell you to travel back to the Clearfell encampment. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Go ahead and enter. Because I'll be honest, I'm not too sure how it goes from one segment to the next. Go to Renly. Together the runes are an oath. Take the item. Now, give me a second. Head on over to the waypoint. And what we're going to do is head back to the Grellwood, which will bring us right to the tree. Because remember, this map can change. The first map doesn't change, but these other subsequent maps can, in fact, change. Go ahead and just stab the seals. You're able to do that. Finally, go ahead and click the last one. Now you speak to Una. And that is pretty much it. Now we end up going here, I believe. Now we go all the way back to the Clearfell encampment. Yeah, you can go to Una. We go back to Renly. Lift our spirits. So now what you're going to want to do is head on over to the waypoint in town here. Once again, we are going to go back to Grellwood, and we're going to make our way into the Grim Tangle. Now, obviously, I could just go there now, but this is a guide, right? So I got to take you step by step. Now, when you come here, your map, remember, is going to look different. You're going to have to roam around and find where the Grim Tangle is. Go ahead and enter the Tangle. From here, you're going to be shown a very small area. Grab the waypoint and summon Una. And then go ahead and talk to her. Because remember, we couldn't get through before. Now remember that your map, again, is going to look potentially a lot different than mine. Remember now, if you're curious what the story is that there's still a curse on the hooded one that we rescued, and we have to find some kind of ring that's going to help remove the curse. Okay? Eventually, you're going to come across a really big, ugly, wuggly, disgusting, rotten druid. So go ahead and whoop his candy ass. Once you're done whooping that ass, go ahead and pick up all your loot. And apparently, we are not done here. We are still tasked with continuing through the Grim Tangle, so I shall return momentarily. Now, I did not do the entire zone here, but I did eventually come to a place that says Cemetery of the Eternals. In the end, the quest does say continue through the Grim Tangle, so let's take a look and see if this is where I am supposed to go. We'll get our waypoint. Might as well do that. Doesn't look like we need to be in the Grim Tangle anymore. While we're at it, we might as well pick up this quest here. Sticking to the task at hand, once we get the quest from him, like I said, and we get the waypoint, the Grim Tangle is right there for me, even though your map might be a little bit different. The memorial gate for me was right next to me. And that is where we're going to need to go into to complete it. And as we could see here, it says that it requires 2 memorial key pieces. So I am going to keep exploring this map and see where the hell I could find those keys. So having studied the whole map, we need 2 keys, as I mentioned. There seems to be 2 locations we can go into, the Mausoleum of the Praetor and that other part, Tomb of the Consort. So I am going to go in here and basically see what happens. And at some point, I found one of these here. One of those waypoint things. And it doesn't look like he's going to let me go by. We'll see if after he gives me a key. So I finally killed him. We won't talk about how long that took. And you can see here that there's a Draven's Memorial key piece that we need to pick up. And I'm going to go ahead inside of this portal to bring us back to the cemetery. That was the Mausoleum of Praetor. My map did reset. However, there is another spot in this cemetery that's going to be called something else. I said it a few moments ago. And you need to go into that other section to beat the boss to get the key. So now head back to the waypoint in the area here. And you're going to talk to Lachlan the Lost. Turn in the quest. Now approach the gate. And now you're able to open it. Now that we've killed those 2 bosses, you're going to get a quick waypoint, or not a waypoint, whatever it's called. Walk up to the grave that's here for a moment. As to whether or not you need to do this, I'm not too sure. Okay, and then it turns into a goddamn boss fight. So that was a little bit more difficult than I want to admit. Finally killed him. Go ahead and naturally pick up all of his stuff. There's the Count Lachlan's ring. What we're going to do is just open a portal. Go back to the Clarefell encampment. And then from here, simply go and speak with Una. Witness the revival of the Hooded One. Now we can speak to him. Now finally, refund passives and identify items. For some reason, I thought that we still had to go find the seed to do that. We don't, so this finally concludes the tutorial. So again, clicking triangle on my controller, I can go ahead and refund passives, as you can see, and the cost associated with it. And we can also go and identify items for free. I have a different plan. 3 items have now magically been identified that I had, and it was all free. So that is really effing badass, and it was very difficult to get this. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm and trying to make me more relevant in search results. Yes, I want to come back on camera here for a moment because this was very, very difficult. And if you didn't like the video, well, too bad. Go ahead, give it a thumbs down, and I'll bend it in half, twist it, and I'll snap it off in your ass. And if you want to subscribe, naturally, that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And if I'm lucky, maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.